How is that even possible? Welcome to MsMojo, and today we're counting down our picks for the top 10 craziest cakes on Cake Boss. Before we begin, we publish new content every day, so be sure to subscribe to our channel and ring the bell to get notified about our latest videos. For this list, we'll be looking at 10 of the absolute craziest and most outlandish cakes that have ever been made and featured on the TLC show Cake Boss. We'll be ranking our list based on a variety of factors, including the complexity of the design, the variety of ingredients, and the overall look and function, yes, function, of the finished product. Number 10. The Bloody Shark. Yeah, if there's one thing that makes us hungry, it's looking at a massive shark with blood and gore smeared around its mouth. Yummy! No, but seriously, this cake is something else.
Where's his blowhole?
Everyone around Buddy's orbit criticized the shark while it was being built, calling it a cartoon shark and a bottlenose dolphin. Well, the finished product was anything but. The cake consists of the scarred shark emerging from the water with a vicious growl on its face, gore dripping from its mouth, and an eviscerated fish pierced on its razor-sharp teeth. It sounds disgusting, and it looks disgusting.
I mean, this is a great white shark. I mean, this is really like, ha!
But apparently it tasted good. Better than real shark at least, so we suppose that's all that matters. Number 9. The Häagen-Dazs Cake. In the third season episode Strawberries, Sinatra, and Sick Ovens, Buddy was tasked with creating an elaborate cake to celebrate Häagen-Dazs' 50th anniversary. Buddy proceeded to make 3 massive and realistic Häagen-Dazs buckets made out of pound cake, and garnished it with items representing coffee, strawberry, and vanilla ice cream.
Come straight down. That's beautiful.
On the cake you could find coffee beans, strawberries, and vanilla flowers, and edible ice cream cones surrounded the final product. Just in case you missed that it was an ice cream themed cake.
You know,
oh my gosh.
And we wanted to highlight that you guys use the freshest natural ingredients.
Does anyone else want Häagen-Dazs now? Number 8. Sesame Street. There's nothing like making a cake for Sesame Street's 40th anniversary to get the blood pressure rising. Especially when said cake is 8 feet long. The cake was peppered with a ton of cute little details, like bright letters and numbers adorning the sides and light posts on the buildings. It was also littered with all the classic Sesame Street characters, like Big Bird, the Cookie Monster, and Bert and Ernie. What resulted was an adorable cake both kids and their nostalgic parents could appreciate, and one that celebrated 40 years of a timeless television program. As they proudly proclaimed, quote, "It looks so effing cute. We just didn't want to be so colorful with our language."
That's a big cookie, huh, Cookie?
Number 7. The Aquarium. And now we're getting to the truly grandiose, as in a massive aquarium complete with swimming fish grandiose. To start, Buddy had to make ice malt sugar and poured it over ice cubes to make the colorful coral. To make the water, the team simply covered a cake in light blue buttercream. Then came the turtle cake for the turtle. How cute! A platypus, a stingray, and sharks.
You know, the more I put things on, the better it's looking.
And to finish, the cake was topped with real fish tanks filled with water and populated with real coral and fish, like pufferfish and clownfish. The finished product was a unique blending of real and artificial, and it made for a gorgeous, interactive, and eye-popping display.
Are you kidding me? Buddy, oh my God, thank you so much.
Number 6. The Chinese Dragon. In this episode, Buddy was visited by 2 captains of a dragon boat racing team who wanted an elaborate cake centerpiece for their fundraiser. Wishing to honor Chinese culture, Buddy decided to create a massive red and gold Chinese dragon. Cue the headaches. The entire thing consisted of 3 tiers of cake, including a 24-inch round lower tier and coiling dragons made from cereal and modeling chocolate.
It made the bodies like a coily, dragony snake type of thing.
If that wasn't elaborate enough, the dragons were also given extra detail via luster dust, edible beads, and a textured rolling pin to accentuate the scales. The finished product was a work of art, and to be honest, we don't know how anyone could cut into that without feeling shame. Number 5. Bumblebee. At the time, Buddy referred to the Bumblebee cake as the hardest cake that he's ever done, and we can certainly see why. Chevrolet hired Buddy to make them a Bumblebee cake for the New York International Auto Show, which might have been a bad idea seeing as how the cake kind of eclipsed everything else. The cake consisted of a yellow Camaro and Bumblebee, and the dimensions were so big that they were forced to build outside of the bakery. They required the assistance of a special effects artist to create the hydraulics for Bumblebee's car door wings. We don't even want to know how long it took them to build this thing. Number 4. A life-sized cow. Isn't the life of a cake artist wonderful? Sometimes you're tasked with creating a functioning transformer. Other times you're tasked with building a life-sized cow. You never know what you're gonna get. To celebrate a dairy farmer's prize cow, Buddy built a life-size cake cow, complete with a hidden contraption that allows Maurizio to hide inside the cake. And why is Maurizio hiding in a cow cake, you might ask? So he can squeeze the bottles that allow chocolate milk to shoot from the cow's udders, obviously.
Hello!
A life-size cow cake that you can milk for chocolate. What on earth will they think of next? Number 3. A full-sized race car. When the president of the Retail Bakers of America asks you to create a special cake, you create a special cake. And you go all out while you're at it.
That's about 2,000 pounds of icing. We gotta take the cardboards and scrape it off. I don't want it to be too thick on there. I want to get everybody going. Let's go, let's go.
In this second season episode, the president of the RBA tasked Buddy with creating a life-sized race car for a trade show in Charlotte. And judging by Buddy's initial reaction, he was none too happy about it. Tons of supporting boxes, sponges, fondant, and modeling chocolate later, and Buddy actually had himself a life-sized race car. He seemed genuinely proud of his team and himself, and we can't blame him, seeing as how he made a frickin' life-sized race car. Did we mention that?
Out of all the cakes I've made, I've never been more proud than of this one. And I've never been so proud of the team that I've had. All right, and this is a great team here.
Number 2. A Flying Space Shuttle. And you thought a full-sized race car was amazing, as we clearly do, then you will probably faint in amazement when you see this next entry. The Kennedy Space Center approached Buddy and asked him to create a cake commemorating the 30th anniversary of the Space Shuttle program. The only problem was that they wanted it to fly. While the physical design of the shuttle is simple enough, at least for Buddy's standards, the whole flying thing was a bit of an issue. To make it work, the team equipped the cake with pyrotechnics and mounted it to a moving scissor lift to give it the illusion of blasting off. Sure, the cake didn't actually fly, but come on, it's still pretty darn impressive.
We have liftoff!
Before we unveil our top pick, here are a few honorable mentions.
That's it. That's how you do a zombie, okay? That's how it's done. Let's get in the car and then we'll see. This one's for you.
Wait for it.
Wow. Wow, what a welcome. I mean, they were totally floored by the cake. They loved it.
You did a hell of a job. I see a lot of hard work went into that.
We definitely did. I mean, he really wanted a working toilet bowl. I don't know, a cake, toilet bowl. Can't make this stuff up. You know, the toilet isn't the only strange cake I've made. You know, making a cake that looked like my wife for her birthday was definitely a challenge. The hardest part was keeping it a secret.
Number 1. National Train Day. No matter how many masterpieces Buddy creates, nothing will ever top the National Train Day cake. This thing deserves to be in a museum or something. The marketing director of Amtrak came to Buddy with the challenge of creating a train-themed cake to celebrate National Train Day, which apparently is a thing.
Let's see that cake!
The end result is totally spectacular. A massive cityscape complete with trees, civilians, cars, and model trains that move around the track.
The energy, excitement, movement.
The finished product was unveiled at Penn Station to unanimous praise and gasps of surprise. A fitting reaction to what is probably one of the most beautiful and complex cakes ever made. Do you agree with our picks? Check out these other great clips from MsMojo and be sure to subscribe and ring the bell to be notified about our latest videos.